Hi guys, welcome back to Sleeve Saturday. So, Motley Crue have released a new song, Dogs of War, and man, have I got things to say on this one. But I'm not alone. I have a guest with me today for his first time ever on the channel, my pal Jam. How you doing, Jam?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Good man, good to see you, good to see you. Right, so me and Jam met over on Lee Spencer's Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews channel a few years ago, and like I told you before, over there those guys really know what to say and they really understand rock better than I do, and Jam is one of the best, so it's a real treat to have Jam on to talk about this song. So Jam, look, you text me yesterday and you said to me, have you heard the new Motley Crue song? And I thought to myself, hold on, I wrote back to you today and I thought, hold on there, don't say anything else. I wrote back to you and I said, let's talk about this. Do you want to come onto the channel? And you politely said, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come onto the channel. So I thought we'll go, really get under the hood of this song a little bit and look at everything from the vocals to the video. But to kick off, what was your first impression of the song?
Well, I think firstly, obviously I was excited for this myself. I mean, I'm a Motley Crue fan. I've been for a while, but probably the earlier stuff I went off of a bit when they lost their way, perhaps in the 90s. And obviously I did see them on their last final tour before they obviously came back again. But so I was excited for this, and obviously it was a shame Mick's gone, but John Five's a good guitarist has come in. So I was expecting something like a Live Wire or a Girls, Girls, Girls or a Wild Side, something like that, fast, furious, we're back, reboot, Motley Crue 2.0, whatever. But that isn't what it sounded like.
No.
That being said, it's a grow. I've heard it a few times now. So I'll go first impressions. I think it was probably it is a Motley Crue scale, not the scale of the best songs in the world. Probably a 6. That was my first impression. It's changed when we talk about the song. It will change.
For me, as an old school Motley Crue fan, from my childhood in the 80s and into the 90s, my first impressions was, or after I came back from this and I listened to it, I thought to myself, if you're looking for Girls, 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 Dr. Feelgood or Kickstart My Heart, forget it. You're not getting it here. They've jettisoned their classic sound. The old school stuff that I like, now you'll probably tell me the albums, the later albums that came after the 80s, like maybe there was a bit of this, but for me, they've jettisoned their classic sound, chasing it feels to me they're chasing a modern rock radio. They're trying to go, forward, in terms of trying to really, they want to be in the mainstream so bad. That's what this feels like to me. You can feel it. The song feels almost trying so hard that it's sweaty almost. If you didn't know, my point I'm getting at is if you didn't know this was Motley Crue, you would never guess this was Motley Crue.
I totally agree.
I'll give them this though. So many bands, and I know Lee reviews a lot of them, so many bands do hark back to that 80s sound and they'll never get on the radio for it. Bands that were big in the 80s harken back to the 80s and giving kind of us what we want as fans, but they'll never get picked up by the mainstream for it. It'll never happen to them. I'll say this from Motley Crue, at least they're trying something different, even if the song on first impression and second listen and third listen is, in my opinion, not great. Garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was what I put in my notes as well. I think it's very brave because, they could have come out and done another Live Wire. They could have come out and done another song and we would have gone, yeah, that's good. It's probably not as good as those, but it's a good one. But it's fairly brave to do something different and try and keep themselves relevant, whether they are or not remains to be seen. But it's not the classic Motley Crue you're looking for, I would have suggested. But then again, Vince Neil can't sing like that anymore, but I'm sure we'll come on to the vocals later.
Vince's vocals. Now, look, there's been a load of dirt thrown around in the last year. I've made dozens of videos on it. Mick Mars turned whistleblower last year. He was saying that the band were playing backing tracks live, etc. Now, I saw the band myself. I saw them live last year, and who were they with? I think they were with Def Leppard. They were on a double bill with Def Leppard, and I thought they were all right. Being honest, I couldn't hear backing tracks being played. And obviously, it all blew up then with Mick Mars around all of this, and he's not in the band anymore. Vince sounded okay on the day, but, where are you with Vince's vocals on this song?
Well, I think there's no doubt he's probably had help in the studio, but I think even Ozzy has help, I'm sure, when his last couple of albums. But I think the fact is he doesn't really sing on it. A lot of it is sort of almost speaking. And he's certainly not trying to hit any high notes. A lot of it, the bastards bit and over and over, and the chorus, it's almost spoken rather than song. So I think, perhaps he didn't have too much help, but he's certainly not stretching himself vocally, and there's no great vocal performance on it. But maybe that's all he can do.
Did Vince ever have good vocals, in your opinion?
He had distinct vocals. I think, yeah, but I think you can say people like
That's a
David Lee Roth.
politician answer, Jam.
Yeah, is David Lee Roth a great singer? I don't know, but he's distinctive. He's Van Halen, isn't he? Is he a great vocalist? Probably not. I mean, I like classic Vince Neil's vocals. Probably in the 80s, he could sing reasonably well, and certainly a great frontman. But yeah, I wouldn't say he was the best singer.
Yeah, it's kind of, I saw in Lee's review, he kind of talked about, he was trying to distinguish away from, what it sounds like on a record versus what all the drama is, in terms of what Vince sounds like live these days. And Bob Rock is producing this. Now, Bob Rock, I think he's definitely produced them before, and he's worked with all the greats. He's worked with Metallica, he's worked with Bon Jovi. Production wise, whatever I think about the song, I think the production sounds great. But with Bob Rock producing it, he could make me sound like I'm singing good. So you almost have to divorce yourself away from what's the production doing with Vince's vocals, and take it out, like Lee says, take it out of your brain what he is live in reality.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bob Rock did Dr. Feelgood, I'm fairly sure.
Yes, he did, yeah.
Yeah, I think the vocals actually fairly low in the mix as well, I'd say. The guitars and the drums and the bass are probably a bit higher, and that's maybe a purpose thing, so you can't really pick them up. They're not quiet, but they're certainly low in the mix, I would say.
Look, the production, though, it sounds good, if nothing else.
Good, yeah, it's brilliant.
It's crisp, me, I'm a big fan of Journey, and Journey brought out an album a couple of years ago, and my God, it was bad. The production on it was just garbage. So, when you've got good production, you've got an icon like Bob Rock on it, it's always going to sound good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, I hooked up my stereo and telly and all that's hooked up to my stereo. So I put for my final list, I blasted it through my stereo. And the guitars and the drums, and it sounds really, really good. And it's probably one of them songs, actually, where you repeat it a lot louder, really loud. It probably sounds better than when you just listen to it on YouTube on your phone or something, you know what I mean? One of them songs, I think.
I'm a lyrics guy as well, as you know. I don't know if you, I never really dig deep into Motley Crue lyrics. I'm never going to do a video on explaining a song from Motley Crue. Like, it's just, or getting under the hood of the lyrics a little bit. I don't know. Do you pick up on anything what this song's fucking about? I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm not really into lyrics. I must admit, I could be singing the worst lyrics in the world. Something absolutely horrible about people, and I wouldn't even think about it. I'd just be singing them, if you know what I mean. So no, I'm guessing it's sort of the man pressing down on you and oppressing you and that sort of thing. Not the Motley Crue know anything about that. Not doing a 9-to-5 job, but they've got the pigs there from Generation Swine and stuff like that. I'm guessing. So yeah. Yeah, so I don't think the bastards have ground them down, have they, when they were earning their millions in the 80s? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you a John Five fan? Like, obviously he's replaced Mick now. Like,
yeah.
Where are you at? Where are you at with John Five?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he's the guitarist for Rob Zombie, I believe. Was that right?
Was it Rob Zombie? both, I think.
Both, yeah.
Rob Zombie. Was he with Ozzy at some point? Maybe I'm not
sure.
Possibly,
yeah, he could have been. Yeah, he might be right there. Yeah, I mean, I think he's great. I mean, I like Mick Mars, but obviously his mobility and, he's never had it. I mean, he's obviously got horrible illness and he can't move around the stage. Yeah. But, I mean, he's just stood there when he's playing. And John Five, I think, is an able replacement and certainly a great calibre. I mean, yeah, no problem with that at all. It's just a shame Mick's not there, but yeah, John Five's great.
The guitar on this, actually, whatever about song is actually, it's not too bad, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. I love the bit in the video where he comes up the dumpster for the guitar solo. We'll probably talk about the video, but yeah, that bit's really good.
Yeah. Actually, let's talk about the video because it's a CGI fest, kind of mixed with live action. I'd say the Chili Peppers did this 20 years ago. I think it was with Californication. They kind of did this kind of mix and live action with kind of video game kind of looking. Now, I don't know, this video, there's very funny moments in it, to be fair. It is like, it's quite comical and funny, there's no doubt about that, but it's quite low budget looking. Maybe that's deliberate, I don't know.
I was going to say, I think they've done that on purpose, because I mean, there's much better graphics. It's almost like a computer game for me. It looks like a computer game graphics of perhaps 15 years ago. I think they've deliberately done it on purpose. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's, I think they've done it on purpose. But
what do you think of the video though? Like it is funny.
There's so many Easter eggs in there. You got obviously the plane flying with Dr. Feelgood on it, and you got the pentagrams on the displays on the pilot, and it's all sort of Walking Dead zombies, and them all, say John Five flying out of the dumpster and all that. I just think it's brilliant. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? I love the way though. The best bit, Vince Neil's a little bit slimmer in his CGI form.
Yeah, but you can draw yourself whatever way you want.
Oh yeah.
I just put Brad Pitt's face on mine, I think, if that was me. This is what I mean. This is why we bring on the real professionals from Lee's channel and people that join Lee, because they know what they're talking about. That is so there must be 5 or 6, maybe 7 there you're after rattling off in terms of Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's probably more. Yeah, there's loads in there. There's probably more as well. There's probably some Theatre of Pain stuff in there as well. But,
yeah. What genre of music is this? I don't know. Like, because it's not classic rock. It's not hair metal. It's not. What is this?
We would have called it glam metal back in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not rock. It's not blues. It's not blues based. Some of it can be, but it's more metal than blues, isn't it? So it's not really hard rock. So yeah, I mean, I'd call it. What do you call hair metal now? I would have called it glam metal back in the day. This new one is almost, it's got the heavier riffs, isn't it? And chops. It's probably not new metal, but modern metal, I guess you'd call it.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because I think you've just stopped short of new metal there, but I think Lee was kind of touching. That's interesting you say that, because I think Lee was kind of teetering towards new metal on his review as well, going, he didn't go full in on it, but I think he was kind of like you there. He's just kind of saying, I'm going to be honest. Whatever this is, I don't know what it is, but I just don't think it's for me. Do you like this stuff? Put it this way. Let me ask the question differently. You might not like this song, but do you like this sound? Like, do you like this style?
That's a good one. I wasn't massive. It's not new metal. Before people put in the comments, I'm not saying it's new metal, but it's sort of got that sort of the chops to it, because it's like ripping, stopping. It's got a guitar solo, so it's not new metal.
Yeah.
It's not.
No,
it's
I know you stopped short of that. I get that. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. If I heard this on the radio the first time, I probably wouldn't like it. Let's say, look, because I've heard it 3 or 4 times, I do actually like it now.
You do like it, right? So to be very clear, you actually like this song.
I do like it. Yeah. Right. Sorry, I say it was a 6 to start with. It's probably a 7.5 now.
Right.
I do like it. The more I've heard it, I like it. But if it wasn't Motley Crue, would I have listened to it? Would I buy it? In the old days, would I have heard this and would I have bought a CD of it?
Yeah.
Not sure. Let's put it that way. The name's selling it to me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Jam, any final thoughts on the song?
I think we just need to, watch this space. Really, I think. I like it. I think it's going to be definitely a grower, but it's not classic Motley Crue, and I can understand. I mean, it's going to be the hardcore fans who probably comment on this, probably slagging us off or whatever. But it's our opinion, isn't it? I like it personally. It's certainly not classic. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as the classic albums. Something like Wild Side, which is one of my favourite songs. Nothing.
Yeah, well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but if anyone wants to comment on it, come for me, because I don't like the song. It's just it's not for me. Look, music is subjective, but it's not for me. Don't come for Jam. Jam's been a lot fairer on it, I think, than I have been. So, but look, thanks for coming on, Jam.
No problem. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
No worries, guys. Do you agree with me? Do you more strongly agree with Jam, or do you really like this song? And is it a case of no matter what Motley Crue released, you'd like it anyway? So, you know what? Let us know. Let me and Jam know in the comments. Get back to us down there, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.